Today we're going to make some delicious, low-carb, keto-friendly tacos. These are great for any occasion or your next Taco Tuesday. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel where we talk about quick and easy, delicious, nutritious, and low-carb food. Please like and subscribe and I'll bring you new videos every week. Let's start with the seasoning. First, a tablespoon of chili powder, a tablespoon of paprika. Next, a tablespoon of cumin, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper for that heat, a tablespoon of garlic powder, plus a half tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, and I like 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning to add that herbiness. This is optional, but 1 teaspoon of pepper flakes. And lastly, 1 teaspoon each of freshly ground pepper and salt. Now this is a very similar seasoning profile that I use for my Texas chili. Links to that recipe in the description below. Next, we'll coarsely chop 1/2 of an onion. You can find many ways to chop an onion online. I use this method that slices the onion through horizontally, then vertically, and then dicing it while still intact, attached to the stem part. And that's all the prep that's needed. You'll need your ground beef, and then we're ready to get cooking. Start heating a pan on medium heat. Once the pan is dry, we'll add about 2 tablespoons of a cooking oil. Here's just vegetable oil. Swirl to make sure the oil coats the bottom of the pan. Maybe one more swirl just to ensure all parts are coated. Once the oil is hot, we'll saute the onions. We'll keep sauteing and stirring until the onions become translucent and start to caramelize. In fact, I like to go until the browning starts occurring and you start seeing some of that fond grow on the bottom of the pan. This looks about good. The onions have started to soften and you see that browning occur. Time to add our ground beef. I like a slightly fattier beef, so 80-20 lean to fat, or even 73-27. In total, this is about 3 pounds of ground beef. We'll just use our spatula to break it apart and ensure that all portions are cooked and nicely browned. Now that most of the beef is cooked, you see a little bit pink left, we can add our spices. And we're going to want to mix this in good so that the spices are evenly coated across the entire portions of beef. Lastly, for that distinct taco flavor, I'm adding a half can of diced tomatoes. You can add more if you'd like. I'm trying to keep the carb count as low as possible. I also like diced tomatoes, so there are some chunks to bite into. You could always just use tomato sauce. Once the beef is fully cooked, this is pretty much done, but I'm just continuing to boil off some of that extra liquid. Now is a good time to give it a taste to ensure there's enough seasoning. Oh yeah, that's packed full of flavor. We're good to go. Now for this specific recipe, I'm using 73% lean ground beef. So you're seeing a lot of that fat render off. Here, I'll show you how much fat is coming off. Now I like to keep the fat because I need a fattier content, and that fat actually absorbs a lot of the flavors that we put in. But if you want to reduce the amount of fat, you can always pour off that liquid. Otherwise, this meat is ready to go. Now to complete the taco experience, I'm going to make some keto-friendly hard shells for my tacos. First, a little bit of olive oil if you like. And once the pan is hot, I'm going to add in my blend of Mexican cheeses. I'm just spreading a thin layer around the entire bottom of the pan. Now one note is that store-bought shredded cheese works really well here. Some of the additives used to keep the strands separate in the packaging actually helps this recipe to crisp up that cheese and make a nice hard taco shell. As the cheese starts to melt, you can use a non-stick spatula to round out the edges. And now we wait. The key is to not touch the cheese for about 3 minutes. You really want all the moisture to be driven off and all the cheese solids to melt together. This is ready when most of the cheese has become a golden, almost brown color. You can see that the edges have stopped bubbling as all the liquid has been driven off. And this is done. Now if you want to make a C-shaped crispy taco shell, here's a little contraption that you can make to hang the softened cheese tortilla and let it harden into that crispy, hard taco shell. You can just put a rolling pin, or in this case 2 chopsticks, over a couple glasses to hang the tortilla. The key is to put the cheese tortilla on top of this contraption while it's still hot and soft, as it'll harden quite quickly, even at room temperature. And check that out. It's completely hardened. It's a crispy tortilla or taco shell made with nothing but cheese. Let's assemble our taco. So we have our hard tortilla shell. I like to add some mixed power greens, but you could also use chopped lettuce. And of course our lovely taco ground beef that we just made. I put a generous heaping on. Next, some shredded cheese. And there you have it, a complete hard shell taco that's keto friendly and low carb. And what's better than one delicious hard-shell taco? Well, two delicious hard-shell tacos, of course. You can always add guacamole, sour cream, salsa. Let me know in the comments below, what do you put on your tacos? Time to eat. Let's give this bad boy a taste. Oh, you can hear how crispy that taco shell is. No, but really good. The taco meat is really the star of the show. It tastes just like a regular taco with all the fixings. Delicious, crunchy, and it just so satisfying. I hope you can enjoy this recipe to make a keto-friendly taco at home. That's it for another video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.